Welcome back to Film Room Talk. I am your host, Brian Quijada. With me is...
Gus Dixon.
So, no more NFL games until what?
Well, we do have the USFL. That's coming up.
So, I've been looking about that. What is the USFL?
The USFL, I know, was a league back in the 80s. It may have been around in the 70s. But
what
it
is
was
it,
for,
though?
not necessarily... It was kind of a thing for washed-up NFL players for them to go to the USFL and leave the NFL and then go there and then come right back. It was kind of like AAA for football back in the 80s and early 90s.
What is AAA?
Like for baseball. Like, you know how they have their AAA teams?
No, I've never heard of AAA in my life.
Oh, my gosh.
I know the little...
The minor leagues.
When I think AAA, I think about, the towing and all that. Like, the people that come and help you when you're stuck on the side of the road. Not no football team.
Baseball.
Baseball. You see, I didn't even know. USFL, I know Houston has a team called the Houston Gamblers.
Yeah, that just wouldn't that be like a Vegas thing?
Yeah,
That just seems like more of a Vegas thing.
I've never been to a casino in Houston. I don't think there is casinos in Houston.
I mean, there is, but it's just not like, oh yeah, I'm going to Houston to gamble.
Yeah.
That's not
so
like
Houston it should have been something Texan related.
Or like literally anything astronaut related.
Yeah, exactly.
The Rockets, the Astros.
Look, USFL, I'm not interested in that, honestly, until it becomes big. Because they only have, 9 teams?
Yeah, something like that. So, but I did see yesterday that the XFL is partnering with the NFL.
What does that mean?
Like they're gonna
merge?
They're not necessarily merge, but they're like working together. But the XFL, of course, is just like they don't have rules. They don't really care what happens. It's just like go lay the lick. Not really any penalties.
Yeah, I know The Rock owns a part of XFL, right?
No, he owns.
He owns the whole thing.
He owns the XFL.
Well, we don't have football anymore, but the NBA is still going on. Last weekend was the All-Star break. The game itself, the All-Star game, was really good.
It was. I mean, the All-Star game in the new format recently has just been excellent, and it doesn't get much better.
It's
more
it's
competitive.
It's more competitive and more suspenseful because you really don't know who will win because you're competing to get a score, not to run the clock.
That's
out.
like playing a 21 on
It's literally 21.
Yeah,
That's
it's
literally
terrifying.
So I do enjoy that. It's really fun. The Curry 50 points, 16 threes, I think
16
it was?
threes.
Unbelievable. I mean, we knew Curry was like that, but not like that. You know what I mean?
16 threes is...
I'd love to see him do something like that on a game, though. Like on an actual game. On a playoff game.
Imagine if he scored 16 threes in a playoff game, right? That'd be insane.
50 points on a playoff game. Has he ever...
Yeah, I was just going to say, has he scored 50?
I know his highest is 60. Like 60 something. Yeah. His career highest is that, but I don't know about playoff-wise. But I would love to see him score 16 threes against LeBron or something in the playoffs. So hopefully LeBron, I know what seed is Lakers on? 7, 8?
They're not.
They're going to be in the play-in. I'm for sure LeBron's going to clutch up towards the end of the season.
Yeah, it always happens.
So I would really like to see, I think Golden State is the top seed, right?
In the West right now, I don't think they are anymore.
Is it Suns? I really want to see a first round LeBron versus Curry.
Like last year in the play-in tournament?
Yeah, but it was a play-in tournament.
I don't know, but that game was good.
It was one game. I want to see a whole series, bro.
But did you remember that one game, how crazy that was? Braun with the fader and just...
It was a good game, but now that Warriors have a good, healthy team, LeBron isn't doing too good with his team. No. I want to see LeBron versus Curry again. But enough about that. All-Star game was really good. I do like the whole Kobe award thing.
Everything else?
Let's talk about the disappointing parts. Actually, no, the Rising Stars games was also pretty good.
Yes.
Jay Sean Tate clutched the first round of that. It representing the Rockets. Alp didn't play too much, but he was still good.
Love LP.
Who won that game? Who won the what team was it?
There was 2 games.
It was the team that Jay Sean Tate and LP were in.
I hated the format of the Rising Stars game.
Really?
Man.
How they had
2 separate games.
I like that tournament thing.
I just didn't.
Because it involves more players too.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of young players.
Time.
Yeah, a lot of young players can actually play in these games. Unlike the last one where it was USA versus the world. that I didn't really like because it didn't get all of the players,
How can they do
all
that?
of the young players. But that game, I really did enjoy that new format. It was very fun to watch. Uh, the skills challenge was weird.
We don't care about the skills challenge.
No, but it's
I don't like
the
how they're doing
format.
it. Yeah.
No, I don't like this one.
Because having 3 Cavaliers and then
Yeah,
having
and
and,
then
literally at a home court,
Okonkwo's- Yeah, I think that's what they did. That I think what they're gonna do is
just get 3 people.
Yeah, 3 of the best players from that team.
Imagine
where they play.
Imagine if they use the Pistons. They wouldn't even have to worry about them.
No, you said yourself. Marvin Bagley has been playing really good with Cade Cunningham and Jeremy Grant.
Because Cade Cunningham,
Those 3 would be really good to see.
they're building up to something really good.
I think so too.
I think the Pistons are fixing to have their comeback. This is a build
When was the
up.
last time they were in the playoffs? Was D Rose? No, D Rose didn't make the playoffs with the Pistons.
It was the 14-15 season.
That was the last time.
Remember, because they played Kyrie and Bron in the first round, and they got
Who's in that
swept.
team though? Exactly.
I couldn't tell, but that's like who was on that 14-15
I don't know. I don't remember.
Team?
The last Pistons player that
Reggie Jackson was on that team, probably. Yeah, definitely. Reggie was on that team in 14.
But Reggie isn't like a leader, team leader.
Not true. He was kind of like a team leader last year for the Clippers. They love him as a leader.
They do like
they
him.
They look up to him as a leader.
But when you mention Clippers, the leader's going to be Kawhi. Now that he's injured, maybe not.
No, he's not.
Maybe he's getting replaced by a player that's playing with them, which would be Reggie Jackson. But Kawhi Leonard is definitely the captain of that team.
He does. I feel like he just doesn't.
He's very quiet though too. Like I don't think he voices out.
No, you can tell in Toronto, he was enjoying himself. Like he actually was enjoying his time. In LA, he looks so sad, bro. Like he doesn't want to be there.
He also did look like that towards the end of his Clippers or his Spurs career. When he was with the Spurs that last season, he was just not playing.
Yeah, but like he had a lot of bad injuries coming up to the last few years in his career in San Antonio.
Yeah, but then he goes to Toronto, wins a championship. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, but you got to think about it. Toronto had literally some of the best players in the league that are still looked upon right now. Lowry, Van Fleet before he was like really good, and then who else was on
DeRozan.
Pascal Siakam was.
He was good. I don't know what happened to him. He fell off hard.
He didn't even have a bubble fluke. He just had a fluke.
He just fell off. He was an all-star one season and then we never heard about him.
But that season, you can't lie. He was like.
He was good.
I don't know what happened.
I think OG really took over.
Anunoby?
Took over his position, and they realized he was a better younger player.
Yeah, and they've looked at Pascal. They always knew Anunoby was going to be one of the star players.
He was he a top draft pick?
Yeah. I've heard that name so many times, and I've just been like, that kid's got to be something one day. It's just like it just seems
OG
like
Anunoby.
Yes, because I remember watching him he was on that Raptors team.
Yeah, I know he won that championship, but he wasn't a starter though. But now look at Kyle Lowry is playing with the Heat, which he's doing good in that team. I think they're top seed, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Number 2 seed is the Bulls, which has DeMar DeRozan, who scored his 8th 35-plus point game.
Again?
Yeah, so it's his 8th straight. I think the Bulls, Michael Jordan had 10 games where he scored 35-plus, and DeMar DeRozan right now has 8 straight games. So he could really become that franchise player. But the thing is, I think he's a bit too old to become the franchise player of that team.
Right now, yes, but the way DeMar and the Bulls in general are just playing, that is a team I'm scared of in the playoffs in the East. I am terrified.
I think they'll make it far, maybe conference finals, but not finals.
What's terrifying is that they haven't been in the playoffs in so long because they really have nothing to lose.
Zach LaVine hasn't been in the playoffs at all, has he?
No.
Did he ever make it?
He started off on the never.
Right?
They were always terrible when he was there.
Lonzo, has he been in the playoffs?
No.
He wasn't in the playoffs in Lakers either, or New Orleans, and who's also on that team? DeMar DeRozan has been in the playoffs, but he's known to sort of not choke, but not show up when it comes to.
Yeah, he never showed up in
Toronto. That's why they traded him.
And so what did Kawhi do?
I think that team is a regular season good team, not a good playoff team.
We'll just have to see.
I hope they are. I really want to see DeMar win after he got messed over in Toronto and then.
I don't know. It felt like Toronto
Spurs.
low key before that was blowing themselves up, but if like it didn't pan out to work at all, they would have been looked upon as one of the dumbest teams in NBA history. If what
For
they did
trading
didn't
for
work
DeRozan,
out, no, not only that, and then firing the coach of the year.
they fired him.
Dwayne Casey that year was coach of the year. They fired him,
Really?
and that's when they got Nick Nick Nurse. Yeah, and he's a great coach. Everyone loves him.
I remember seeing him as the coach for the All-Star team that year. What else happened during the All-Star? Oh, of course, the disappointing dunk contest.
I don't even.
The
What was that?
So it was, I don't know. I
That-
can't really explain it because every dunk, I wouldn't say every dunk sucked, but every dunk wasn't mind blowing like the past have been. And even last year sucked.
I mean, and it literally felt like I was waiting for an old lady to cross the street when they were like dunking. It took them 4 tries every time.
Cole Anthony took about 20 minutes just to
Get his Timbs on.
And then Jalen Green had about, I think the actual number was 9 tries. Like he tried to dunk that 9 times.
And they still gave him like a...
They gave him a decent score. The dunk wasn't bad. If he would have gotten that on the first try, it would have been a good dunk.
Yeah, but...
And then I did see some videos of him working out before the dunk contest, him warming up, and he was hitting them. So I guess he
It's just a mental block.
I think he got a little bit not scared, but he saw all that people and all the crowd and everything because he's a perfect in-game dunker.
Yeah, he's great.
Like he really
he flies.
Those alley-oops are amazing, but when it comes to I guess he sort of shut off. Obi Toppin was also, I think he won because he was the one that took the less time to make the dunks.
Literally. But actually the last dunk he had was pretty cool.
The last dunk was nice. Juan Toscano Anderson also had some decent dunks. So it was between them two. Cole Anthony, I did like that dunk. It was funny with his Timbs and his dad's jersey on, but it wasn't good. So the dunk contest, they gotta do something new with it.
Well, they're running out of ideas.
They gotta start making a new format for that because it's not good anymore. It's not enjoyable.
No, because
the skills contest was more enjoyable than the dunk contest.
I think
and that says a lot.
It's just not like what it used to be.
It's
and
not.
It probably won't ever be again.
Unless they change the format. I don't know how they would, but they did a good job with the All-Star game format, so they have some clever ideas. The 3-point contest was also
really
it was entertaining. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad though. Karl Anthony Towns winning was pretty nice to see him finally get something.
Oh, what the Timberwolves tweeted the other day.
What?
About how Karl Anthony Towns is like the best big man shooter of all time. And then somebody like tweeted this whole thing about Dirk Nowitzki's like statistics. It was like a 3-time all NBA something and then like all these accolades and I was like, "Oh my gosh, dude. Like we get it. Like we know Dirk's the best big shooter."
I don't think he's the best big shooter cuz you still have KD. KD's a hell of a shooter.
I forget that he's literally 6'11".
He's a bit. He should be playing. What is he playing now? Like power forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good position for him.
For him, yeah.
He's a good shooter. Who's also a big man. Larry Bird. Was he a big man?
That's
because he was tall, but what was his role? Was he?
He's a 3-point shooter.
He is. I think he was the first.
But the thing with him is that he was in the league before and after the 3-pointer was introduced.
So he was the first one.
So he knew he could play any side of the court.
But it wasn't as known back then, so people didn't really care.
He was very like, he had eyes on the back of his head, dude.
He did. He was a good. How many championships did he win? I think like 3. No.
Yeah, something like that.
He didn't win too many, but he still won. Some.
Still Larry Bird.
Who else was in that 3-point contest? It was Cat.
Luke Kennard.
Luke Kennard is also a pretty good 3-point shooter. There was a game where he scored like the game winner. Mm-hmm. That was
I've always liked Luke Kennard. I didn't really have a problem with him.
Yeah, Luke Kennard has some potential.
Yeah.
Who else was in that 3-point contest? Fred VanVleet, right? Fred VanVleet. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's other than the All-Star game, All-Star weekend is not good anymore. It's not fun. It's not exciting as it used to be.
I think the NBA is just like.
You think so?
The ratings are going down.
They've been going down too for a while. So
it's because nothing's fun anymore.
it's not. I think NFL might be taking
Well,
over.
and how they have all these different streaming services, and you can only watch like a certain amount of games at once, and it's like expensive if you try to watch others.
Because we watched the All-Star
Thing on a crappy computer,
on an illegal website.
literally.
So it does suck. I really hope they do bounce back. I know that probably the playoffs will probably not have too many viewers.
The playoffs this year have to go crazy. Like it has to be the best playoffs
like
in recent
NFL
history.
did, yeah.
Like it has to be 2016 playoff types.
I don't know if anybody can top that.
I just remember watching that. Being able to watch the 2016 like
finals.
No, just actually
finals.
not even just basketball, just sports in 2016 were crazy.
Yeah, you look at sports in 2016 and you look at sports now.
Yeah, but
it's changed a lot, and it's way better back then than it is now.
I think 2016 is going to be a year looked at in history as like one of the best years in like
for everything.
History, just for everything.
Music, movies,
that
sports.
whole entire year like changed culture as a whole.
Yes, it did.
And I loved it.
A lot of new things came out in 2016 that changed the culture.
Views changed the culture completely.
All these new rappers, through SoundCloud rappers, started changing the game. Uzi was starting to come out.
Young Thug was coming up. Everyone was coming up.
Oh, Young Thug Ben came up, bro.
And back in 16?
Yeah, like 2013 he was coming up.
No, I'm saying like there was just like
a lot of artists did drop a lot of good albums that year too, though. I won't blame you.
I will say. And the movies were good, and then they had but sports that year.
What about NFL? Were they good in NFL?
That like season
that year, yeah.
Oh yeah. That
was
the 2016. So that would be
who won the Super Bowl that year.
If I'm thinking correctly, 2016.
Let me see.
The 2016 season. You want to know what that Super Bowl was?
Who?
The Patriots and the Falcons. Yeah. That's that.
Really?
Super Bowl.
No way.
Well, the Super Bowl happened in 2017, but it's the 2016 season.
Yeah.
Because that's how football works.
No way.
Yeah.
That was the Super Bowl.
That's really like that's how good sports were.
That's one of the best Super Bowls.
The Cavs and Warriors
3-1 lead.
I mean the Cubs and the
Cubs won the championship.
Yeah, the
Cubs.
Year, right? The Cubs won the championship that year.
Against who? Was it Washington?
It wasn't Washington. It was it was Cleveland. The what are they now?
No.
Guardians. The Cleveland Guardians. Yeah. The Cubs were down 3-1 in that.
2?
The Cubs were down 3-1 to Cleveland.
Really?
Yeah. And they came back and won in Game 7 in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I remember
Guardians, yeah.
I remember watching that game because I was like, it's been a dream to watch the Cubs win a World Series when I was a kid.
Really?
Yes, because like everyone was always like, the Cubs will never win again. And it was, I mean,
when was the last time they won before that year?
Like, I think 1908. It was 100
That's the Babe Ruth days,
it was 110 plus year curse. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad, or it might have been 108. It was
they haven't won anything since then, though. I don't think they've been in the playoffs.
They
at all.
do not care. I mean, I wouldn't either.
They won a championship, and they're like, all right, that's enough for like the next 50 years.
Yeah, because they'll have fans for the rest of their lives.
That is true.
There are people that would kill to watch. I mean, get that Game 7. If you just watch it and hear the crowd like in the background, that's like the most electrifying crowd I have ever heard in
Chicago?
baseball. No, in Cleveland.
In Cleveland.
Because it's literally just Game 7. These two teams hadn't won in God knows how long. Cleveland still hasn't won in almost 60 years for baseball now. So that's a whole nother thing. So one of these teams were going to win, and it was just a drought. But the Cubs, the Cubs were America's team that year.
Yeah. I really hope sports, or at least basketball, really comes back. And I just want to enjoy basketball again.
Definitely.
Because I think college basketball is becoming better than actual basketball.
Yeah, college basketball.
I'm more excited for March Madness than I am for playoffs.
March Madness is coming up soon.
We
have a lot of They're gonna have all the tournaments like SEC, ACC to decide.
We
where
have
the
some
rankings.
channels here too, so
Yeah,
we can watch those.
That's what I like about those, like the ACC tournaments and stuff, because that's
Yeah.
what decides the rankings, really. I mean, yeah, sure, you have your ranking, but like once you go through that kind of like really sets it out.
I would love to go to one of those games, man. I really wish Lamar had a decent team, but whatever. Euphoria.
Ooh.
What happened this episode?
Oh man, there is a lot
So
to uncover.
The
with
whole play. That's how that. Basically, the episode is the play and some of Fez. So this play, I don't know what Lexi is trying to sort of convey. I don't know if she wanted people to know that the play is about them. I'm pretty sure she's
trying to let them know how bad it is with the things that they're doing, because they're not realizing
how they talk and how
like their everyday lives and how they're not realizing it at all.
How bad they sound and how they
live.
live.
They're like, is this play about us? Because they just knew.
They it's sort of like a awakening.
But
like, hey, look what you're doing.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but like just the whole season, I love how they've just they put Lexi in here and there, and like she has her dialogue. But if you just look at her, she's in the background just writing,
looking and
writing. You have to look for it too, but you can see her just like when the Cassie and what's her name? Cassie and Lex. No, it wasn't Cassie and Lexi. It was Cassie and Maddie when they got into it.
Oh, because of Rue?
Yeah, and how Lexi was sitting back and she was like,
yeah, she's just. That's probably gonna show up that has to show up in the play. It's a very explicit play too. I don't know how a high school would allow such play.
I don't know where they get the money to get all that like
exactly
stuff.
That was a lot of props.
But I was like, out of all the unrealistic things that go on in the show, I'm fine with this. I was like, this is fine. Then I will take this over nudity any day. We have not seen nudity in a while.
Yes, we have.
When?
Would you consider nudity the part where
Faye?
No, the part where in Lexi's play where that dude is in the gym and he's I don't know how to say this without being explicit. You remember that scene? He's in the gym.
Oh, when he's like,
working out and he has a bunch of dudes all over him and they're all grinding on him. That's a bit explicit, nudity wise.
But I've seen way worse on that show.
Yeah, this season hasn't been as explicit as the last one.
It started off with a bang though, literally.
Fez. Remember this,
God.
bro. Remember this
episode.
Fez will die.
It's not Fez.
Fez is gonna die.
It's Ash.
They're gonna kill him off. Why would they kill Ash? Nobody cares. I'm not to be rude or anything, but nobody really cares about Ash.
But why would they put Fez in the promos if they were gonna kill him off?
Bro.
They wouldn't show who's gonna die.
We've seen so much of Fez and Lexi together. They're building up so we can get closer to their relationship so they can just take him away. That's how they do it.
But like
we haven't gotten close to Ashtray at all.
But if you think about it, this season is still surrounded at the fact that whatever Rue touches, she just breaks. Like just anything. Whatever she does, it's just gonna hurt people. So whatever this episode does, it's gonna be focused around that. And
you think Rue would be at fault?
For if it's Gia, yeah, definitely. Or if it's
I doubt it'll be Gia. I'm telling you, it has to be a character that we've learned.
But it would just make sense, dude, because the fact that her mom was like, I'm gonna start focusing my attention towards Gia because Rue was like, she doesn't need help, and she's like, she's messing up in school, she can't keep up.
She told Rue that she could do whatever.
So that would be like I could understand that if they just went and took her out, and now she has to direct her attention back to Rue, and now she's lost everything, and the only person in her life is the person that doesn't even want to be with her.
I don't know. That's a solid point, but I mean, dude, it's leading all up to Fez. Fez is probably. Everybody doesn't want Fez to die, which will probably make the directors like, all right, we're gonna kill him. It'll be such a big plot twist and such a big impact on that show.
I just know episode 8's gonna be like from start to finish.
Oh yeah.
How
was last season's episode 8? What happened there?
It was that was the episode where Rue. That's when she OD'd at the end. That's when she went to the dance. They had they had a school dance or whatever. Remember? And Maddie and Nate had went together, and then Rue saw Nate went outside, and then she went outside and talked to Nate. And remember when she was like, I'll make sure to let everyone know that Nate's dad likes little kids.
Yeah. If something like that happens in this episode, I think Lexi's gonna expose something really like big to everybody, and it's gonna be like what happened last season. So this episode
This is
has to be good.
This is gonna be like crazy. I'm not prepared.
Because you said a couple like episodes ago that season 3 was announced, right?
Yeah.
But then this whole thing with the director going on, I don't think anything's gonna happen with him. I mean, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, but like, in order to have that mind, you're gonna have like those problems. But like the way that he does it, he's kind of
I mean,
the only reason I like that show is because it's got great cinematography,
great
like
cast,
the
too.
best acting I think I've ever seen in a show in my life.
In a show for sure.
In my life.
Other than The Office, of course.
Yeah,
or Daredevil.
yeah.
But you haven't seen Daredevil, which you need to watch.
It'll be back on Disney
Now,
Plus.
yeah, now that it comes out on Disney Plus, you need to watch that.
No, I firmly am sticking with the fact that I know 100% Ash is dying.
You think so?
Yes, because for one, he's gonna kill the guy who.
Oh, he's
has
definitely
the wire,
gonna kill a guy.
and I am so ready for that to happen. I mean,
That'll be the second body we've seen.
him get right.
Have you ever seen anybody else kill anybody in this show other than Ash?
I think it's just Ash.
And then he also almost
Like
gave a
killed Nate's
concussion.
dad.
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely messed up Nate's dad. Ashtray. I feel like when whatever how that episode ended was so weird. But like looking at the promo, Faye drops the cup. Faye drops the cup in the same spot she was at the end of episode 8. So whatever happens, someone opens that door.
We see also, I think we saw Fez on the ground. Fez looking very worried or shocked. I'm telling you, somebody's gonna die in this.
Yeah, because what he was. Did you see how he was looking, bro? He was looking at someone. They killed Ash. They killed Ash
or Ash, bro. Or you never know.
Because the dude that plays Ash, somebody asked him like what episode, like the last episode's gonna be like. He said very devastating, very like all this stuff. I was like, whoa, dude.
We still haven't gotten anything from his grandma either.
No. I'm like not prepared for this episode, dude.
I think season 3 is gonna be more into the grandma, and they're probably gonna introduce her in this season. Something's gonna go down in that apartment or that little house. That's gonna involve.
I'm not like prepared for that at all.
I hope this episode is like an hour long or like an hour and a half.
Oh, it's like an hour and 2 minutes. It's the longest one.
Hopefully,
that's without credits.
They don't mess it up too. I hope they can recap this season and sort of introduce us to the next season. I don't know how far the show can get before people get bored of it.
Or if they're just start realizing that like maybe it is a very disgusting.
Well, like also this show reminds me a lot of 13 Reasons Why and how explicit that show was too.
Because that show was something new for what it was. Yeah. It was exploring a whole new world.
That was Euphoria before Euphoria.
Yeah, that was a world people didn't want to explore.
Yeah, that
people were scared to talk about.
It introduced sexual assault, homosexuality.
It introduced a lot of hard conversations.
Suicide. It was a bunch of like controversial subjects. The first and second season portrayed it so well, but when it came to the third, then people kind of like.
But once you got back onto the fourth season was actually like a solid hit for me. I loved season 4 was honestly my favorite season.
Really?
Yes, I loved that season so much. I think they capped it off perfectly.
I just hope Euphoria doesn't mess up, and they can have a successful show. Like I said, I don't know how long this is gonna last.
They could probably keep it for like 3 or 4, but I wouldn't try to push it after that.
5, yeah, I don't think 5 seasons
of this.
What are they? They're not freshmen, right?
No,
they're like what, juniors, seniors in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So what else can you do after that? I don't want to see them in college.
I really don't care to see them in college.
Yeah,
Lord knows they're gonna do even worse in college.
Oof. I just hope this episode is really good. I think it's going to be really good. I can't wait to see who dies. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be Fez. Fez is going to get killed off in the show. I can't. Everybody's calling it on Twitter and on Instagram. It's going to be Fez.
There's a lot of sides like saying it's multiple people.
Yeah.
Like, it's this. But I know that it's Ash because there's no way that they would show Fez in the promo if he was going to die.
We'll find out on Sunday.
I guess we will.
All right, I guess that's it. We didn't really have much to talk about. I think next episode, or actually Wednesday, or Thursday. Thursday, we're going to drop the review for the Batman because we're going to watch it on
Oh,
Wednesday.
Yeah, we get to go watch that thing Wednesday.
We're going to watch it on Wednesday. We're probably in like at, 10? Because that movie's long.
Yeah, that's a 3-hour movie.
So
we go in at like 6. We'll probably get out at probably...
like 10, 10:30-ish.
We might get out at like near 11, dude.
Yeah, so we can't really do that day. But we'll
drop like a spoiler-free review for that one.
A separate one. It'll be like a spoiler-free... And then the podcast, we will talk about spoilers and we'll go further into detail after we've seen like all the breakdowns and everything. Because I know New Rockstars drops them as soon as the
dude. I've heard a bunch of
a
bunch of reviews of like people saying this is the best comic book movie.
So yeah, I really hope so. No end credit scene either, which sucks for my opinion because I'm so used to it.
I think it works.
I know Man of Steel was like the last superhero movie to not have one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But we will give out that review on Friday or Thursday, so stay tuned for that. It won't be a podcast episode.
It'll just be like a quick probably 15-minute rundown.
Just letting you know that the movie is either good or bad.
It's not gonna be bad. I am like 100% convinced now this movie is not gonna be. We're in the end game now.
Hopefully.
What's today? It's 25th?
25th, yeah.
We are 5 days.
5 days away.
Dude, we've been waiting for this for so long. It's been
it's
been so long since we've been able to go watch a superhero movie in theaters.
December
No Way Home
16th was the last time me and you
went to a movie together.
Watched a movie. So, yeah, I think this will be the perfect movie to watch next. So, we will see you guys on the next, I guess not podcast episode, on the next
review.
We'll see you on Wednesday. I think that's the best way to say it.
Thursday.
Thursday. Expect that. I probably will drop it on Spotify as well on everything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do now. That's what we'll do every time. We did hit 50 followers.
We hit 50 followers.
50, they're not called followers. They're called active listeners. But that's 50 people listening to us.
Ooh.
So that's pretty cool. So every time we do a movie, I do want to do this. Or every time a movie comes out, I do want to make like a separate episode not involved with the podcast where we review it.
Yeah, but we're gonna be going to the movies probably like a lot more now since movies are coming back and there's a lot more good stuff coming back.
Bunch of movies coming out this year too.
Yeah, we have Batman on the 2nd, and then literally a month and a day later, or we have Morbius, less than a month,
and then Doctor Strange, and then Thor, and then Black Panther.
I saw a little thing. It comes out in November.
Yeah,
they're fixing on
DC and Marvel have a lot of movies coming out this year.
This year we are eating it up as superhero fans. Yeah. It is just
who's laughing now?
Yeah, really, because now they're actually competing and it's actually good stuff.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Or Black Adam's gonna introduce.
Did you know Peacemaker has like more viewers than Euphoria by a mile?
Really?
Not even kidding.
Still not gonna watch it though.
Oh my gosh. Terrible.
You should watch it all and then talk about it in the podcast.
But then what? What happens? You will not. I'm not watching that in here by myself.
Exactly. I don't want to. I don't know. I really don't like John Cena as an actor.
You didn't even give him a chance. You give him
I've seen him in
you got on your phone literally 5 minutes in and didn't look up after.
Because it was boring. Just didn't catch my attention.
Oh,
Euphoria caught my attention fast.
You sometimes it's like a easing in process. It's like, I don't know.
Unless I pay for something, then I'm gonna sit down and watch it like a movie.
Or like food.
If I don't know. It's Peacemaker. I don't know. I just don't want to watch it. It doesn't attract my attention. Euphoria didn't attract my attention until I watched the first episode, and then I was like, this show is weird, but it's good. So we'll see. We will see you guys next Wednesday or next Thursday for the review. And then the day after, Friday, we'll probably drop a more in-depth, not review, but breakdown of that movie and talk about some other stuff.
Because we will be paying very, very close attention in that theater. Like we have to have our eyes glued to the screen at all times because every little thing is gonna be a clue.
And then Euphoria comes out too, so this next episode is gonna be really long because we're gonna have Euphoria and the Batman,
and then.
So,
and I'm going skydiving next weekend.
Okay, I completely forgot about that. You're going to record that, right?
Yeah.
So we're probably going to drop that before the episode.
That's going to be on a Saturday.
Oh, okay. Then we probably could do that the next episode.
Yeah.
That's better because that episode would have been way too long.
Yeah, that's gonna be so.
So yeah.
Fun. Yep, I'm going skydiving
Yeah,
next Saturday.
If you guys see me host the show alone next week or in 2 weeks, you'll know why.
Yeah, I have to go do this little skydiving thing. I don't know why I'm doing it at all. Really, I don't like in any clue.
Bucket list, bro.
Yeah, it's just like I'm just someone. A lot of people have just said like skydiving really changes their like perspective because it really is like a
That's scary though.
A life change.
Very scary. Jumping out of a plane in a high altitude. You know you'll survive. Well, actually, you don't even know if you'll survive. A lot of people
that's what's really
from
like
skydiving.
Yeah.
So if this is this won't be the last episode. The next episode. If the next episode is the last episode, that's gonna suck. So enough talking. We've stretched this out. I do enjoy this though.
Yeah, this is nice.
We will see you guys on the next episode. Make sure to
Thursday
follow us on Instagram. We have a lot. Instagram.
Film Room Talk across all handles. Literally the same thing.
Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to build it more. We're trying to monetize it so we can make a little profit off of it. Spotify, make sure to rate us, follow us. Instagram, follow us. Twitter, follow us. Facebook, follow us. Everything. We're trying to make this grow. Next month, we will start doing interviews. Hopefully, if I can get everything set up. We already have some people in line.
Yes. We have 3?
Yeah, about 3. So hopefully we can start doing interviews and start bringing in more people, talk about movies with athletes. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, that would be cool. Imagine that.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and
have a great day.
Peace.